Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are here talking about the pros and cons of living in Englewood, Florida. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna talk location. I mean, Englewood's like that perfect middle child. Not too flashy, but very solid and dependable. Let's take a look at the map here so you can see what I mean. First, it's smack dab between Sarasota to the north and Fort Myers down here to the south, with airports in both of these cities, which makes travel super convenient. You've also got easy access to US 41 here, and then a little further east over here is I-75, and then Tampa is just a couple hours north. And if you know Florida, you know that a couple hours is pretty close. Though, unlike its more famous siblings that most people have heard of, Englewood is a bit of a hidden gem. You won't get the same big crowds you do in those other cities, but you still get the same gorgeous beaches. Which leads me to the beaches here. Oh man, Englewood Beach, Blind Pass Beach, Minnesota Key. It's like nature just said, you know what? Let's give these people something special. Whether you're into sunbathing, swimming, fishing, or just watching dolphins do their thing, Englewood's got you covered. Oh, and if you're into shark's teeth, this is definitely your spot. In fact, all along this area, up through Venice, are the most common beaches on Earth to find shark teeth. Plus, the sunsets. Oh, the sunsets. I mean, come on. It's the kind of thing that makes you stop and say, all right, maybe I don't care that much about the mountains. So bring your cooler with some drinks. Just remember, no glass. Grab your spot in the sand and watch these incredible sunsets as many nights as you possibly can. Okay, so as much as I love this place, it's not all smooth sailing. We gotta talk about the hurricanes. Yes, I know, nobody likes to think about them, nobody likes to talk about them, but if you live in Florida, you gotta be prepared for them. Hurricane season is real, and you have to have a plan. Let's be honest. If you're not into the idea of reinforcing your windows and stocking up on bottled water every summer, maybe that's something to think about. Now me, being a transplant myself, even though it was quite a while ago, and having lived through a couple major hurricanes now, I feel like I know what's up. My personal recommendation is if you do not absolutely need to stay during a major hurricane, as in you're not a first responder or in some sort of other profession that requires you to be here during or immediately after a hurricane, don't be here. Did you get that? Don't be here. I know some people who have lived through them will say, I'm a chicken or a wuss or whatever other names they might use, but I don't care. Why stay and be miserable if you don't have to, right? There's a ton of reasons why. Number one, you're putting your life in danger. Number two, it's way more stressful to be in the storm than to be away about it and just worried about your property back home. Number three, you have to stock up on all kinds of extra stuff that most years is either going to go to waste, or if you wait until the last minute to go buy it, which you will inevitably do after a few years of no storm, it is miserable sitting in line or running from store to store because everywhere is out of the stuff you need. Number four, it is super hot and nasty afterwards with no electricity. When the storm comes through, the wind is gone after the storm's gone typically, and it's really hard and dangerous afterwards to get out and about, get gas for the generator, and it's also super hard to come by and very expensive. Now, if you absolutely must stay, then I understand. But if you don't have to, it is much, much nicer to just hop on a flight or drive north for a few days before all that traffic gets crazy and insane with people evacuating, and just take a vacation somewhere else for a few days. Then once everyone is safe, the roads are clear, and the power's back on, hopefully, you can come back and check on everything. Your house and your stuff is either gonna be there or it's not. But either way, whatever happened during the storm was gonna happen regardless of if you were there or not. There is not a whole lot you're gonna be able to do while you're there in the middle of a hurricane to stop any damage from happening. You're just not. But hey, we got plenty of sunshine to balance it out, right? So don't worry about that stuff. We will help you prepare either way, whether you stay or go. We know how to prep, and we know the best places to escape to, no matter if you're flying or driving. This is what we are here for. So call us now to find your spot in Englewood, and then call us after, and we'll give you all the tips and tricks on how to prep or where to go. Outdoor enthusiasts, this one's for you and me, because I'm one too. Englewood is like a giant playground for nature lovers, and the main reason that we live in this area. From fishing at Stump Pass Beach State Park to hiking around Lemon Bay Park and the mangrove forests all over the area, this town is perfect if you're the kind of person who considers fresh air and sunshine a daily necessity. And don't get me started on the golf. Honestly, you could probably throw a golf ball and hit a course around here. Not that I recommend doing that, because people do tend to get a little touchy when you start hurling golf balls around. Okay, real talk, another con. If you're not a fan of humidity, and let's face it, who really is, this might be your least favorite part. In the summer, it can feel like you're walking through a hot soup. And I'm not talking about that cozy winter soup. I'm talking like thick, sticky, make you wish for December kind of soup. Most people get used to going from air-conditioned building to air-conditioned car and back to an air-conditioned building right until they can get into their air-conditioned pool. Okay, so most pools are probably not air-conditioned, but they sure do feel good after you walk from your car through that heat and stickiness into your house. Pro tip, embrace the Florida uniform. Flip-flops, shorts, and as few layers of clothes as you can legally get away with. And if you need shopping tips, again, call us. My wife will be happy to help you in that department. Shopping and bargain hunting are her favorite things to do outside of traveling. Now here's something that'll make your wallet happy. Englewood is affordable, relatively speaking at least. But when compared to its neighbors like Sarasota or Naples, it is definitely affordable. The median sale price of a home here is only around $380,000 currently, which is very reasonable considering you can live so close to the beach. Now, if you compare that to Sarasota, which is at $495,000 or over $115,000 more, or Naples at $725,000, so almost double what Englewood is, it really brings into perspective just how affordable Englewood is. Whether you're looking for a single family home, a condo, or even a waterfront property, you'll find something that fits your budget. And hey, if you need help navigating the market, you know where to find me. Now, here's one of those it depends kind of things. Englewood's downtown is, well, let's just say it's a little more low-key than what you get in a big or even a medium-sized city. We've got some great local spots, but if you're expecting endless rows of boutiques and fine dining, you will be disappointed. That said, what we lack in quantity, we definitely make up for in quality. And hey, the draw here is that it is a small, quiet beach town. So if that's not your thing, call me and I'll get you pointed towards those bigger cities. We cover those areas too. And last but not least, we gotta talk about the snowbirds. If you're not from Florida, snowbirds are the folks who live here in the winter and they fly back north when it gets too hot. Maybe it's you. During the winter months, Englewood does, just like the rest of Southwest Florida, get a little bit busier. Traffic picks up, the restaurants fill up, and you might have to wait a little longer for your morning coffee. Though it is a little bit less of an issue here in Englewood than in some of the bigger cities. And hey, more people means more friends, right? Just think of it as the perfect opportunity to practice patience. Or start brewing your coffee at home. Either way works, right? So if Englewood sounds like the perfect spot for you, call me now. And if it doesn't, check out these other videos of some of the other nearby areas that may be a better fit for you.